everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Zainab, aka Teacher Zainab, and today our video is special. Well, I was cleaning, and guess what I found? My CELTA bag. Well, I don't know what's inside because it's been now 7 years since I completed CELTA, and I didn't look inside this bag since then. And I said it's a great opportunity now to just talk to you about my experience in CELTA while just showing you what's inside my bag. And if you are wondering what's CELTA, okay, so CELTA is one of the most recognizable English qualification or English teaching qualifications in the world. It is awarded by Cambridge. And it's unique because you got to experience teaching real students and get some feedback from experienced trainers. And it is really a unique experience. For me, if I have to describe it, I would just say unique. Second thing that is unique about my experience is that I had my CELTA in Turkey. And that was my first trip abroad. Like the first time ever that I go outside my country. It was my first time and I went alone. It was really crazy because, I don't know, like solo traveling was something that I wanted to do since forever. And I had the opportunity to do it and go and have like a training. So it was like a mix of everything, a combination of everything I've ever wanted. So that was, for me, it was a unique experience. And I am so glad I did it. So, let's check what is here. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here so my hands would be free and practical. It's kind of messy inside, but it holds a lot of memories. A lot of memories. Good ones. Really good ones. Well, first thing I find in here is my notebook. I had this notebook, like I bought it in Turkey, in Istanbul, and it's crazy because it has some very cute stickers at the end of the last page. And I used many of them, as you can see. A lot of them are missing, so I used some, and the others are all in Turkish. And yeah, I actually used this copybook like after I came back. So I had it, and then I used it a little bit, and then I like put it back in the bag and then leave it again where it was. Like, when I bought this, like I went out alone to discover the area and everything. Like I was mesmerized by Istanbul, by the way. Like it's a very beautiful city, and I hope I can go there soon again, and I'm planning to. So I went and I was like just looking around and stuff, and I bought it. I found a beautiful stationery store, and then I went there and I bought it with like some pens and pencils like this and a lot of its brothers. So it was really, really interesting, and I bought a lot of things that day, and when I came back I forgot where the house was. Fortunately, I had like my Google map and I already saved the address. It was a smart move. It was a smart move. I didn't expect it for myself. Second thing. Oh no, there is no second thing because I am, markers. Okay. This is so cute. I bought these as well. Like with the notebook and the pens and everything. Look at the colors. Super, super cute. See? Okay, this is, this is so cute. I had these papers here. Like every time I finished a lesson, or because we had like teaching practices, and whenever I finished a teaching practice, I came home and I just teaching practice 1 done, and then I stuck it on the wall. And at the end of the course, I just write, "Congratulations, you made it." And then again, I stuck it on the wall. Yay! Okay. What's that? All right, so I have some papers and I have like something really weird over here. Okay. Oh, I remember this lesson. Well, we had 4 weeks in the course. Okay. Like 2 first weeks we had with, I was with upper intermediate students. And for my second 2 weeks, like the other half of the month, I was with pre-intermediate students. So this was for the pre-intermediate ones. And oh my god, what I found. Like ICQs. ICQs are some questions that the tutor tortured us to remember. So I wrote them there so I can just I used to do something. I used to do like this. I show them the exercise and I have the ICQs here. So I tell them, okay, are we working alone or in pairs? Are you writing something on the paper or on the wall? Like after the instructions and everything. So just to make sure that they understand, and more handouts, more like lessons. Ah, I know what happened here. I know why I have too many papers in here. I actually used the printer, I think, for the first time, and I didn't know how to use it.
Loser.
And then I put 100 pages or something, and it just printed a lot of papers. It was so weird. It was so weird because we had to prepare our own materials. That's for sure. Like to just as a teacher, like as we should. We're teachers, as we should. Okay. Next, something that I don't know what is it. Okay, let's figure this out. All right, I love this lesson. I remember this lesson. This is to elicit the words. So I had this story, like I have a story to tell you. I used to read the story, and every time I need to elicit a word, I just stop. For example, I'm gonna read for you some. I have a story to tell you. Something really interesting happened to me on my 18th birthday. I love birthday parties. I think they are great. What is another word for great? You know? And then they have to find the word amazing. So they just start to throw words until we find the right one, and then I write it on the board. How do you feel? How do you feel when you see something amazing? And then I need to elicit the amazed. So here was my lesson was the difference between like ing and ed adjectives. Yeah. I remember this story very well. I remember this lesson very well. It was again with the pre-intermediate students. I made a lot of friendships when I was in CELTA. With the students and with my peers. And I still have one of my BFFs. And we still talk. She's Turkish. She's amazing. She's like a sister to me now. We talk, we have fun, and we just chat every time we can. And I have a lot of like friends from the students. We hung out at the end of the course, and we used to have lunch all together, which was really sweet. And we used to have chai, which is tea, after the course, or after the lunch, and it was the best thing ever. Yeah. Well, I have here different things. Ooh, okay. This is called TP points, which is like what should we teach in every lesson. Like, for example, there's my name and there's the name of the girl, like my peer, and each one of us has a skill that each one of us has a skill that she should teach. And there are just some details about what we're going to do. So this is for the teaching practice. It's all just instructions from our dear tutor. I just love I love my tutors. They were the best. They gave us a lot of things to, like, they helped us a lot. They were so cool. And yeah, I would try to put like some clips here of us, like all of us together here, maybe now, maybe later. Depends on editing, that I don't know how to do it. Okay, some more handouts, more lesson, like exercises, situation. All right. Okay. So this is my whole life when I was in CELTA. If I lost this, I would have just died. Well, wow. I opened it and I find something interesting. Look at that. Look how creative I was. Look at this. This is great. Oh my gosh. Like I had definitions and I think adjectives. And I had like 4 groups, and each group has like a color. They have to choose a color. And they have like to put like work all collectively and try to match the color, no, sorry, the word, the adjective with the definition. And again, printing papers in colors was my worst nightmare. So thank you, my friend Hamza, for helping me in this. Shout out. Shout out to Hamza. A lot of papers. Like, well, this, ooh, okay. This is my last lesson. Like I made the survey, it was a speaking skill. Yeah, this was my last lesson, and it was the last day. I had my last lesson in the last day. Ah, I love these days. Gosh, it feels like years. It's just 7 months. Well, 7 months is a lot though. Well, that was my last lesson. I'm just looking for something that I did in like the upper intermediate students. Oh, same thing happened to me for these as well, by the way. I printed too much. I printed too many papers. Again, instructions here. So whenever I show them like the paper, I just read here. I will give you this, the same survey, but you're not going to answer it. You need other people's answers, blah, blah, blah. Like I just not to forget. It was like a good, oh, more of these papers. How many papers did I print? This is crazy. What do I have here? Yes. So this is for the upper intermediate. And that was my second lesson, I believe. That was my second lesson because I remember this lesson of speech shrinking. I do remember it. And well, I remember all my lessons, but this one, because I loved that lesson. I think it was my it was my second lesson. It was my second lesson with the upper intermediate students. And I have a very dear friend from the upper intermediate students. He is 85 years old. And we had an incredible bond. It was really great. Like, whenever we went for lunch, he used to go with us. And we just sit together. We used to sit together and just we'd start laughing and talking. By the way, I can speak Turkish. And well, we speak English with them, but then he just heard me speaking Turkish. Like, are you a spy? I was like, no. And we made a very beautiful bond together. I feel so bad because I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to him because in my other half of the month, like the other 15 days, I was in my second like in the other class, like in the pre-intermediate class. So I didn't have the chance to say goodbye to him. So it just went without saying goodbye, despite the fact that we had an incredible bond. And I used to call him Dede Jim, like my grandpa. And he used to love it so much. So I really hope I can go to Turkey, and I don't know how, but somehow I can just meet him. Why not? This is an empty file. I don't know what he's doing here. Okay. Okay, another TP point. And I think this is a lesson from the input sessions. We had some input sessions where the tutors gave us some lessons, and oops, like I have a fan over here because it's super hot, so it's just throwing all the papers away. Input sessions where we are the students and the tutors are the teachers, and then we listen and we did a lot of activities, and it was really special because we didn't feel like studying. We felt like we are just doing something, like just learning by having fun and talking and like just working together as either pairs or in groups or sometimes individually. So it's like a mix. It's like they are showing us how to teach in our next teaching practice, which is great. A lot of papers that I don't know what's inside. Yeah, so it's again a lot of papers because I always like just print a lot. I print a lot. Look, this is just one exercise. I don't know. I don't know what happens to me. And then this is again a TP, like an input session. This is, oh, this is a lesson plan. Lesson plan that we were supposed to fill in. Well, another input. So TP point. My first TP point. Oh gosh. Okay, just here it's all the input sessions, which I am so grateful I still have. Thank me. Because it will help me. They will help me a lot. That was it. This is what I found in my bag. By the way, if you notice any changes in like the way I look or in the setting or whatever, it's another day from the other like part of the video. Yesterday I was filming and my battery died. So I had to continue the video today. So I tried to look exactly the same as yesterday was, but I know there's gonna be something changed, like a ring is missing. So that was it. What's in my CELTA bag? By the way, I passed my CELTA in ITI Istanbul, like it's International Training Institute. Yeah, and it was the best experience. One of my favorite experiences now that I just tell people. I learned a lot of things. One of the main things I learned from CELTA is that the teacher shouldn't do all the talking. Like we are always thinking that the teacher should talk the most, but it's not the case. Like in the Cambridge style or in the CELTA style. Like I noticed that when we had like teaching practices, I don't speak much. Like I just give the instructions and that's all. I leave everything to the students and it feels like we're doing nothing but guiding, which is something really great. And I still struggle with because I speak a lot. So sometimes I just sit down and I want to to do a story time to my students. Something else that I realize is that every activity needs to have a purpose. In the past, I used to think like I used to say, okay, let me do an activity for the students so that they just let's shake things up and let's forget a little bit about the learning and stuff. But I realized they really can have fun while having an activity, but it has a purpose related to the lesson that you taught. Something else is that eliciting, which is like you don't give the idea to the students. You don't give everything to the students. You take the idea from the students. So you just try to explain or not explain, but actually just tell something, show something, and then get the vocabulary out of the students. I realize that this doesn't happen or it doesn't work with absolute beginners because they don't have actually the words or the vocab, but it works like magic with pre-intermediates and upper intermediates or advanced or whatever. Last thing that I really learned from my CELTA experience is that instructions are the most important thing in the whole world of teaching. Like whenever you are given an exercise, you have to make sure that you're giving clear instructions. And if you give clear instructions, you will be fine later. Like the students will do all the work. Just make sure the instructions are clear enough for them to understand and they will not have like confusion. So sometimes in my teaching practices back in Turkey and CELTA, I used to give like kind of ambiguous instructions, and I can see in the face of the students that they were confused. Like, what is she talking about? So here I realized like the importance of giving clear, simple instructions, and I did. And now I'm using this in my lessons, like in my sessions with the students, and it works like magic. So this is it. Like in general, my experience with CELTA was amazing. Some people say that it was very exhausting. Some people say that it's like very hard. For me, it wasn't that hard. Um, I tried to manage my time. I had the opportunity to get out of the house every single weekend to discover the city of Istanbul. And I went even out in the evenings. Like, I don't know. I like, if you are a teacher watching me and you are like, you have the intention to go for a CELTA, one piece of advice that I am giving you: manage your time. Time management is very important. If you don't manage your time, clearly you are going to struggle. You will not find time to breathe. But if you manage your time, everything will be easy. It wasn't easy for me. Like, I'm not saying that it was easy, but I'm not saying again that it was that intense. But I think because I am used to working under pressure and I am used to stress in my life, like, I like to do, I like to work hard. Like, I always work under pressure. So when I went there, that was my daily life, you know? It's not gonna destroy me. I had time to do a lot of things. I'm so grateful for that. And I don't regret going there. I thank God had all my lessons. Like, I didn't have any not to standard or bad remark for any of my lessons. Like, this training is one of the unforgettable experiences that I will remember forever, and I will advise everybody to go for it. Yeah, it's life-changing. For me, it was personal and professional. So, and personal more than professional, if I'm being honest. It's great. It's good for the professional life, but for me, it was more personal. It was more about solo traveling, was about being under pressure again, studying alone, like just reliving the experience I had when I was in Jdida. And because my college years in Jdida were my best years ever, I wanted to relive that experience in a foreign country. And that was for me the best thing like ever. I had to experience that. And of course, with my peers and with the tutors that I thank so much, and I thank my peers as well. So thank you all. That was it. That was my experience with CELTA. In brief, like, I didn't want to go into details because it's not supposed to be like that. I talk too much, I know, but I wanted to share that. I don't know, I wanted to speak, and yeah, it's a good opportunity. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!